A pleasure to speak with you. I hope your day is going well.
Pretty
I
well. I like your lid, man.
Well, thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. I absolutely love this film. I love that it stayed true to what it was supposed to be. It didn't kind of give in to what it could have been or devolve along the way. So, what was it? Do you think about your character, this chief, that really kind of like resonated with you? Because intent feels like so important when it comes to this film.
Um, it was I'd never seen. What I liked about it was I liked when I first opened it. I said, "Well, I'm not playing this. I'm not doing this because I like." And then I kept reading on. And I went, "Oh, this is not about that." And then, "Oh, it's not about that. Oh, it's not about that." I mean, it just kept, peeling back the onion and revealing more layers and more human layers, and it started to become a story of corruption, people, which I love. People are the most interesting creatures on the planet. Um, it's hard to reconcile some of the things that people do. Um, and so by the time I got through it, then I had a conversation with Jeremy and I met for lunch and we talked through it and I told him, I said, as long as we're not making that other movie, I'm in.
Right.
Because
Well,
the movie I want to make is I want to make it about corruption, human frailty, and love.
Well, and I think that's important with this character too. They always say, of course, every no villain thinks they're a villain, of course, too. And I feel like the chief has his reasonings too, like whatever they are and whatever
100%.
he used to grow up to. So, what was the reasonings you put into it? Maybe even things that weren't said, but maybe in your mind as you kind of stood there, in your place on this post.
Well, I'm from the South, and I'm from a small town, and the small town where my still address is where I still own my farm that I was born on. That town has, when I was a little boy, that was a booming little small country town, and everybody got their groceries and stuff there, and met there on Saturday and stuff like that. It's just abandoned. There's nobody there. And that replicates itself all through the South because of Walmart, because of technology, because of Amazon, because of all these. They're starting to come back a little bit because some of the some of the youngsters think, "Oh, look how cute this is. Let's turn this into something." So,
Right.
starting to see some places come back, but most of the towns went bankrupt, and with the idea that most people don't go farther than 50 miles of where they were born. That's a fact. I don't know if you know that, but
Right.
the fact that most people never travel any further than, 50 and maybe 100 miles away from their home. And so in this movie, the character I play is responsible for all of these counties, for their fire department, for their law enforcement, for the traffic, for the this and that and the other thing,
Right.
and I don't want to blow the movie for your
Right. Right.
watchers, but
No,
you get it,
I get it. I get it. And
and so that was fascinating to me. I said, "Oh, this is a movie about economics,
right.
moral authority."
Right. No, I 100% agree. And I could go over this too. I grew up in a small town as well. But I do have to say we're running out of time, so I have to kind of go into this. As of September 16th, that was 40 years since Miami Vice
Wow.
first came out too. And I just wanted to really quickly ask you, a lot of people ask you about those things, but if you remember, and you probably had these conversations with someone, what were you right about and what were you wrong about when it came to Miami Vice, you think? Because
Well,
you went through a lot of pilots before as well, so
yeah.
you never know if a pilot's going to stick.
Well, this is the God's honest truth. I kept my head down and I worked. And I'd come from independent films, and it didn't. Once you're live on something, all the producers, all the Michael Manns, all the studios, everybody else goes away. It's just you, the director, and a camera. And since I'd come from that world, I don't think we even asked for a permit for the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then we got informed that, oh yeah, you gotta apply for a permit to shoot a crash down on down on Ocean Boulevard. So we just fucking made it the way that we knew it. And I just didn't pick my head up until around the end of the first season, and that's when I realized that we were a hit.
Fantastic. Well, I absolutely love this movie. We'll make sure to promote it. I hope everyone in your world is happy and healthy. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you very
Hey, man,
much.
thank you so much, Derek.
Be good.